But you can't be thinking you're gonna go have plastic surgery on a Groupon.
Exactly.
Like you,
The
ain't no
Botox
plastic
parties.
surgery on sale.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And if it's on sale, 9 times out of 10, you're not supposed to get it from the person that's having a sale on liposuction. Don't do that.
Confessing that although I love my family, most of the time I don't like my family. Everyone in my family.
Take a breath.
Everybody. I feel like I'm angry at everybody in my family. I don't like my family. If they weren't my family, they wouldn't be my friends.
Y'all, things are getting real messy in the Braxton family. And this time, Tamar just took things to a whole new level no one saw coming. What started as a few shady comments on her show has officially turned into a full-blown public takedown. Tamar Braxton went live and dragged her own sister, Toni Braxton, claiming Birdman dumped her because of a botched BBL that allegedly, well, stinks. So what exactly did Tamar say? For weeks, she's been throwing subtle shots at Toni, mocking her relationship, her appearance, and even hinting that Birdman had been pulling away for personal reasons. But when Tamar dropped the BBL accusations, everything shifted. She didn't just claim Toni secretly got work done. She alleged that the surgery went so wrong it caused serious issues in her marriage. And now, social media is on fire trying to piece together what really went down behind closed doors. Toni, of course, isn't letting that slide. Sources close to her say she's furious and ready to clap back. And if the tension between these two keeps escalating, we might be witnessing one of the messiest and most personal celebrity family feuds ever. So let's break it down. Is this Braxton family values or Braxton family blues? Because when the Braxtons said they were bringing drama this season, they weren't kidding. The Kardashians might even need to take notes. It's been chaos from start to finish. And just when we thought things couldn't get wilder, Tamar reignited the fire with her claim that Toni secretly got a BBL. Not BBL Toni. Now, plastic surgery in Hollywood isn't exactly breaking news. But what everyone gagged was Tamar's claim that the procedure supposedly smelled bad and that Birdman nearly left Toni over it. Of course, like many celebs, Toni has denied ever getting work done on her body. She's always maintained, "What do you think? Don't you know that's my real booty?" She admitted to having a nose job and a breast augmentation in the past, but insists that's where it ends. For a girl who just scored a record deal with two of the biggest names in the business, I actually felt very lonely. I've been wanting to change my nose for years. I wanted it to be less broad, but because of the conservative ideas I was raised with, I struggled with the thought of altering my body. And of course, I later got my boobies done. I'd always been shaped like a gymnast, size AA breasts and thunder thighs. In fact, I wish I would have had lipo on my inner thighs. I've always hated them. So, if you let Toni tell it, the only work she's ever had done is a boob job and a nose job. But a lot of people aren't buying that. Fans have been calling BS, pointing out that Toni's current figure looks a little too sculpted to be all natural. Many believe she's had liposuction, and maybe even a BBL. And honestly, when you look at those side-by-side photos that went viral a few days ago, it's hard not to see the difference. Back in the day, Toni was in great shape, total 90s fine. But now, her waist is snatched. Her hips are noticeably fuller, and fans can't stop speculating that she's not being honest about going under the knife. Of course, denying plastic surgery isn't new in Hollywood, and everyone knows how addictive those little enhancements can be. Once you start, it's hard to stop. We all thought the drama would end there, but nobody saw Tamar coming out of the woodwork to confirm the rumors herself. According to multiple reports, Tamar's been out here telling people that Toni did, in fact, get a secret BBL, and that she's been trying to pass it off as natural. So why would Tamar expose her own sister like that? Well, it probably has something to do with the fact that the two haven't exactly been on the best of terms lately. The tension's been brewing for a while. But before Tamar could even record her next episode, Toni's team reportedly sent her a cease and desist, shutting everything down before it even got started. Tamar, of course, didn't take that lightly. She went live, insisting that the other Braxton sisters had nothing to do with it, that it was Toni alone who pulled the plug. Trina and Tawanda even backed that up, saying they had no idea Tamar got hit with a legal threat. Now fans are left wondering, why is Toni so desperate to silence Tamar? What's she trying to hide? The internet is completely divided. Some think Toni's being petty because of her ongoing feud with Tamar, while others believe she's trying to protect a man who may or may not be mixed up in all of this drama. Either way, Toni's move clearly pushed Tamar over the edge, and she vowed to get her lick back. That's when she dropped the now infamous BBL bomb. You'd think Tamar would stop there, right? For sisterhood's sake? Well, if you thought that, you don't really know Tamar. Because when it comes to pettiness and drama, she's top tier. She didn't just confirm Toni's alleged BBL. She claimed that it went so wrong it actually smelled bad, and that Birdman supposedly tried to divorce Toni over it. Yeah, it's that deep. At this point, Tamar seems determined to humiliate her sister completely, and fans can't help but wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. Y'all remember how Toni supposedly filed for divorce from Birdman after just 2 days of marriage? Well, according to reports, that's true. She separated from him 2 days after the wedding and less than a month later filed for divorce, claiming the marriage was irretrievably broken. The whole thing was shocking because it wasn't their first time being together. Remember, Birdman and Toni broke up back in 2019, but then rumors swirled that by 2023, Toni started trying to reconnect. Apparently, she was sending flirty messages, dropping hints, and making it clear she wanted another shot with Birdman. At first, he wasn't interested, said he'd moved on, but over time, those old feelings came creeping back, and before long, they were back together. They rekindled their romance, dated for about a year, and finally tied the knot on August 8, 2024. But not even a month later, boom, divorce. At first, people assumed Toni was chasing Birdman's money. She had been struggling financially, and it didn't help when rumors broke that she allegedly tried to walk away with a $160 million divorce payout after less than a month of marriage. When fans heard that number, social media went wild. Everyone was debating whether it was justified or just outrageous. Even 50 Cent jumped in, calling her out directly on Instagram. The watchdog women of it say, well, if you suck deep for 16 years, you want to be paid for it too. At the time, Toni got dragged for being a gold digger. But knowing what we know now, that Birdman allegedly planned to leave her because of her stank booty, it kind of looks like she was hurt and lashed out. If there's any truth to it, that outrageous divorce demand might have been her way of striking back out of embarrassment. Once she cooled off, though, she called off a divorce. An insider even confirmed it, saying Toni allegedly filed first because she knew Birdman was about to do it himself. She wanted to make it look like her decision, not his, because she didn't want people thinking he dumped her. I mean, being married for only 2 days isn't exactly something to brag about. Luckily, she withdrew the divorce, and the two supposedly worked things out. And we're just going to assume she got some medical help, and that her booty problem is gone. Fresh as a daisy now. We probably wouldn't even know all this if she and Tamar hadn't gotten into that messy feud. But hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? You already know Toni doesn't just take hits. She claps back. And according to insiders, she fired right back at Tamar over her messy relationship with her ex-fiancé, JR. And y'all, when I say Toni hit the mark, I mean she really did. It's only been a few months since Tamar herself admitted that not only was JR cheating on her, but he also stole her jewelry and gave it to his side chick. Oof. That's a wound that's still wide open. And don't even get me started on the rumors that JR was allegedly eating Tommy Lee's groceries while he was still with Tamar. Yeah, not eating the booty like groceries. Tommy even bragged that JR didn't drop his other girls for Tamar. And when Tamar tried to come for her, Tommy clapped back with this.
Is that is your man, as you call it. That is your man. He knew it was a situation with me and you. And he was down. He was down to play op games. I wouldn't take nothing like that serious, my love. That ate my ass, and I sent him on his way. It wasn't.
Y'all, she also dropped a bomb, claiming that JR had been out here spilling all the tea about Tamar.
You don't want me to expose how you were saying that you kicked her out and she went back to her mother's house? Not Mrs. Braxton, not Mrs. Not Mrs. Singer with the sold out tour that JR also told me was flex. It was cap. It was she flexing. She don't have no sold out. Between me and you was his exact words. The tour not sold out. He said you was messy. He said you went back to your mother's house. He told me a lot of things that he shouldn't tell a stranger. I just met this man less than a week.
Love. If that ain't the wildest situation ever, I don't know what is. Everybody's side-eyeing Tamar right now because, seriously, what is even going on? The craziest part is that JR did all this within just 1 week of knowing Tommy. He knew there was bad blood between Tommy and Tamar, and still went ahead, messed around, and spilled all of Tamar's tea to her rival. Now, Tamar should have dropped the so-called white chocolate, but right then and there. But y'all know Tamar. She doesn't listen to anybody. She kept doing her own thing with her man, who was apparently everybody's man. Eventually, JR flipped the script and dumped her, leaving Tamar out here crashing and burning on Beyonce's internet. Since then, folks had moved on and the drama died down, until Toni brought it back up in Isn't This You? Moment after Tamar tried to come for her relationship. Like I said, this family knows how to bring the drama. But y'all, here's the thing. Tamar just pulled the ultimate family sabotage, and Toni's not letting it slide. Now the real question is, how far are these sisters willing to go before somebody finally snaps? Because if this tea keeps spilling, it's not just staying on TV. It's about to get real messy in a way nobody saw coming. 'Cause ain't no drama like family drama. And trust me, whatever happens next, it's gonna leave everybody shook. 'Cause the Braxtons, they stay on the front lines. Always.